Hi everyone, I'm Vone Kevitz, knit and crochet designer for one-of-a-kind makers who dare to be original. I did it, guys. I did it. It's 10:30 on Wednesday night and I finished my very first pair of green socks. So if you guys followed me last Friday at 11:30 at night, I got this genius idea to finally tackle and make my first pair of socks, knitted socks. And it's been a dream of mine since I learned to knit years ago. But it's always been a daunting task, and I've been terrified to learn because, all the things, right? But of course, when I decided to do it, I was going to, hey Renee, so I did it. I finished my first pair of green socks. Now, a couple of disclaimers. So I use worsted weight yarn because I needed it fat. And remember, I did it. I picked the magic loop method, so I was doing 2 socks at the same time. So you can watch my last Saturday. I had the beautiful Katura join me. It's looking awesome. Thank you. I'm so happy and I'm so proud. That's why I'm like, it's 10:30 and I'm jumping on to show you. So the beautiful Katura was on there, and I'm so glad that she helped me, and she was a great co-host for that live. So helped me go through, while I was learning how to do it online, she was chatting with all of you guys. And then so I had to redo it twice during it, but I finally got done. So I did it and they're done together, but because they're so big, and I started following the pattern and then I just did my own thing as I always do. So what I did was I did the ribbing up top. So I did a bit of the toe. So it started with the toe up. Is that what they call it? Toe up? Or is it? Yeah, top down or toe up, right? So I started with the toe up and I did them 2 at a time with the, I didn't have the right 36 or 32 circular needle, so I had the 24, which was a little cumbersome because the string wasn't long enough, but I made it work. So because I'm going to do this a lot more, I'm going to invest in the 32 because I want a big one. Yes, toe up, so that's what it's called. So I did that, and then I started ribbing the top because I was getting bored with just full, stockinette stitch, like just knit all the way around. So I did the ribbing up top, and then when I got to about the heel, we weren't sure how I was going to learn how to do the heel, especially because hey Ellen, I did it. I finished. So I'm talking about my first pair of knitted socks that I did at the same time on the circular needle. So I got to the heel and we were going to do the, what is it, afterthought heel? The afterthought heel. And I instead might even want to go, oh, there's a 40-inch for magic loop. Oh, thanks for the heads up. I didn't know that. But yeah, I probably would do the 40 if I, you know what I mean? Because I do love doing them at the same time. I do love that aspect of it because I have startitis, so it's better that I do things 2 at the same time or I won't finish it all. I'm lucky if I can finish one project, let alone go to the next project. So I was going to do the afterthought heel, but my sock ended up being so big and fluffy that I was like, you know what? I was like, Katura, I think I'm just going to I think I'm going to forget the heel this round and just go ribbing. So I did the ribbing up top, and then I was like, I think I'm just going to get to about where my foot ends. And instead of doing a heel, I'm just going to go rib and put it, because I'm just going to wear these in bed. They're just going to be my little bed slippers or socks. And so I just forgo the afterthought heel. So my next round, I'll learn maybe I'll do the 1 at a time to learn how to do an actual heel, because apparently you sock people are very snobbish There are so many different ways. There's so many different ways of doing so. Yes, and then I learned that these are just tube socks. Without any heels, they're just tube socks. And I was like, okay, then I'll do my first pair as a tube sock. And so that's what I did, and that's what this is. So I'm so excited. I haven't put them on my foot yet, but like it literally just went off the needles, and I just sewn in the ends. I just weaved in the ends, and voila, I'm going to bed in these. Now, another thing is, while I was doing it, so before my live, I pulled out 2 skeins that were the exact same color, which is this. I mean, the exact same dye lot, which was this one, right? But then right before my live, I was starting to pull out my, hey Destined to Knits, I was starting to pull out my yarn to get it ready to cast on, and I had a huge yarn vomit, and this is what happened with that skein. So I mean, I have no idea what, hey, there it is. Cool. I couldn't find that before. So this was right before the live, so I was like, okay, I had to grab another skein that I had back there. And so I did that. And then I made the 2 socks, and then I found out this lot is a lot shinier and a slightly different green than this lot. But then it made it easier for me to see which between the two, so that helped a little bit. And because this is just my first practice round, I'm not going to go crazy and start all over and get the same dye lot or anything. So they are 2 little different, and they are my first pair of green socks, and they are tube socks. They're not real socks, as some people have pointed out to me. Wah, wah. But yeah, that was some serious yarn vomit right there. That was crazy. But so next round, I will definitely try. I'm gonna do this again, and do it with the afterthought heel, which seemed the easiest for this. And then maybe the next time I'll do a regular sock with a real heel, like the constructed heel that was with the short rows, and I don't know what else Katura was saying that day to me. So all in all, just to say that I'm finally done, and I got through my first pair, and I'm so happy, and I'm so proud of myself for getting through, for doing it, for finally like achieving a goal and learning a new skill that I've always pushed away to learn, to try. And I'm so glad that I did, because it turned out, as complicated as it was, as scared as I was, and for how long I procrastinated, it's actually quite easy. And it was so much fun, because I make scarves and wraps, which take forever, because they're, you know what I mean? These were like so fast, because I was just going round and round and round. Been a long day, and this girl needs to go to bed. I got it, Ellen. Have a good night. Come back on the replay. Hopefully I can get this to go live if it saves or doesn't save. But so two cool videos that I found out this week, and I made a new friend. Who's the first one? First one is Louise with Adventures with Yarn. Oh my gosh, Louise, if you catch this, come in the comments and correct me. I think it's Adventures with Yarn. It's her YouTube channel. She just put out a video this week about how she and her husband were survivors of the COVID-19. So thank you, Jesus, for their health and recovery. And so watch that video. That was a very inspiring video, and it's nice to with all the craziness of what's going on, it's nice to hear a story, a success story from that. And well done, and you'll enjoy the wonderful world of sock knitting. Yeah, I'm pretty hooked. I am pretty hooked in this wonderful world of sock knitting. I can't wait to try new things, and I see a huge sock line in my future right now. But it's only the first week. And So she did that, and so go check that out. But go check out her feed and go follow her Instagram, because she also showed off in her video, in that same video, her pair of green socks, which is this beautiful like turquoise green or something from the way the camera reads, but with brown and intarsia or what's the other word? I don't know how she did the two color works, but my gosh, that sock is stunning. So I was telling her, in my head, that's the dream sock that I think I'm making, but then this is what the reality is. This is the reality. I told her I would tag her in my first pair of green socks, and then maybe one day I'll get to her status level of sock making. And then the other video that I caught, that I just caught today, and is my new friend. Is it Mari or Mary? It's Maree. But since she's from New Zealand, I'm going to make her fancy and call her Mari. But I'm not sure how to pronounce her name. But she just put out a video. Her YouTube channel is Skeins, and her website is skeins.com. And she, I believe, is Skeins Yarn on Instagram, at Skeins Yarn. SKEINZ Yarn. But she put out a video talking a little bit about how her yarn shop got okay to open during this shutdown time, or wherever she is. So I think I saw in the bio somewhere she's from New Zealand. So wherever she is, she got the okay to keep her, with social distancing, she got the okay to keep her her shop open, and she got attacked by, you know, the wonderful oppositions of our knitting community, you know. But I guess I've just heard her story about how they've just been attacking her a lot lately from, you know, for whatever stands that she's taken on. Mostly, I think, surrounding by Sakamatician. And so she's gotten on the SJW's radar. And so this time around, they attacked her hard for opening her shop with the okay of the authorities, you know. So she plead, so she filed and plead and made her argument to and followed all the rules and regulations, which I absolutely applaud her for, and I'm so grateful that she did, and I'm sure the community is grateful that she did too, because in this time of, you know, isolation, we're the ones that want the yarn. Like, we need that stuff, especially the older community where they can't, you know what I mean? But you should go watch that video, and I'm hoping to get her on one of my lives so that we can have a chat together about the craziness in our knitting community. So she spoke up a little bit about that, and very, very smart and very very great video, you know. So hurtful for her. Oh, do you know her story? I know, it's crazy. I didn't see, somebody just put it on my radar, you know, to watch the video, and so I checked it out, and then I reached out to her, and I was like, believe me, I know what that world is like. But so that is that. So I made a new friend today, and so that's always fun, making new friends and socks. So maybe I'm gonna wait for tomorrow, and then maybe I'll take a good picture and with it on my feed, and we can put that on my feed. And then the next time around, oh, because it's worsted weight, they're like, oh, you didn't use sock yarn, thin sock yarn. I'm like, no, not yet. One day, someday, if never. No, I think I'm gonna stick with slippers for a while. You know me. Once you go big, you don't go back. You know what I mean? So you stick with the fat yarns, and then I never go back to the thin yarns. Would take forever. It's silly. That is silly. But yeah, oh, knitbin.com has 40 circulars. Oh, so they're only special in certain shops. Okay, that's why I've never really seen 40 circulars. But in truth, I'm not really looking. that I will be now that I love this the magic loop method. I like the magic loop method. I'll probably use that for, I wonder if you can use that for cowls. What else can you use the magic loop method for to make two things at the same time? Probably fingerless gloves too. I only say fingerless because I've never added fingers on my gloves yet. That seems like a lot of work. So thank you for joining, and yeah, go check out those 2 videos this week that have released on YouTube. And then if you know of any more, oops, I don't know what I just did. If you know of any more, DM me and share them with me. I'd love to check them out off to bat. Great job on the socks. Thank you so much, Renee. And you guys have a great night and have a great rest of the week. And I'll be back on Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, real quick while I'm on here. So every Monday at 6 a.m., Sarah Price and I go on live on YouTube for Monday Morning Motivation. And we've decided that we're just going to take the month of April off because it's just a different time that we're both at right now. She's early month preggers, and I am with the crazy health crisis. I've just been working really hard on my immunity, so sleep is really important for me right now at this time. So I'm just not at a time where I'm getting up at 5 a.m. to work on my side business. So I just thought we would like take a break from Monday Morning Motivation, at least for the month of April, and see where we land in May. So that's what we're doing. So we're just taking a break. So I won't be going live on Monday at 6 a.m. But I'll be live every Saturday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, and then of course these little random ones here on Instagram, so I could take advantage of this beautiful subtle filter. All right, guys, thank you so much for all your support and helping me with making my first pair of knitted socks, and I can't wait to learn more and try more and share more. God bless, guys. Bye.